Live from Hallandale Beach, it's Holistic Strides. Hey now, everybody. Welcome to Holistic Strides, a Start With Your Feet production. We are coming to you live on tape from my office in sunny Hallandale Beach, Florida. My name is Dr. Richard J. Rimler, otherwise known as Doc Rick, and I am one of a few holistic podiatrists in the country. I am your host of Holistic Strides, a talk show devoted to taking small but powerful steps down a path to a more holistic lifestyle with an emphasis on foot health and the start with your feet approach to wellness. This includes unique advice on supportive shoes, orthotics, exercise via high intensity interval training, vitamins and supplements, and stress management. So, why should you watch or listen to my show? The simple answer is to achieve better health through self empowerment with the understanding that it all starts with your feet. The idea is to add one holistic principle to your life every month so it becomes a habit and gradually transform yourself to better health. Just take it one step at a time. I can guide you since I have undergone the same transformation. Therefore, I walk the walk. Today, I will be talking about stress management. Before we get to that, I want to go over what I feel is the most important thing that you can do for your health besides not smoking cigarettes: high intensity interval training, which goes by the acronym HIT. Start by picking your preferred mode of exercise. It could be walking, running, using an exercise bike, an elliptical machine, treadmill, doing jumping jacks, or swimming. Do it close to home for convenience and to avoid excuses not to do it. Try doing it in the morning since it only takes 10 to 12 minutes. That way, you can get it in before work or school. Otherwise, do it when it works best for your schedule. Try to do this 3 to 5 times per week, such as Monday through Friday, while you are in a work mentality. Here is my personal prescription for high intensity interval training. Start off with a 20-second fast velocity, followed by a 1-minute slow recovery speed, and do this for 6 intervals. In my case, I go out to the street in front of my house and I sprint for 20 seconds. Then, after the recovery portion of roughly 1 minute of walking slowly, I reverse my direction and sprint for 20 seconds once again for the next interval. After doing 6 intervals at 20 seconds fast speed, I then switch to a 15-second fast velocity, followed by the same 1-minute slow recovery walk, and do this for 3 more intervals. Guess what? You are now done and ready to shower. The take home point is that the final 3 intervals must be done at a faster speed to reap the benefits, which are substantial. These benefits include strengthening your lungs and heart, aiding in weight loss by inducing a 12-hour fat afterburn, reducing Alzheimer's risk via enhanced body oxygenation, and most notably, being anti-aging. Think of it as your own personal stem cell treatment given to you by yourself. I have been personally doing this technique since I first heard about it when I was age 50. And I can honestly tell you that this is one of the main reasons for my continued good health into my 60s. By the way, you can access a free ebook download about HIT, including my prescription, by going to my website, startwithyourfeet.com. You will then find it in the blog section. I invite everyone to incorporate HIT into your schedule and join the Start With Your Feet and Holistic Strides family by climbing aboard the wellness wagon with me. Now let's get to our main topic today, which is stress management, one of the 6 pillars of Start With Your Feet. So, stress is inevitable in life and you cannot avoid it. So, stress plays a big role in your mental and physical health. So, the one thing that you can control is how you handle stress. So, you have control over the way you handle it. So, for instance, you do not have control over somebody cutting you off when you're driving, but you do have a role in not overreacting and honking the horn crazily and just realizing that that person is driving a little bit out out of hand, and but it does not need to affect you. Leave enough room in front of the car in front of you, let the person cut you off, but then at the same time don't let that person raise your blood pressure. So there's a Buddhist philosophy that says everything that happens to you, even bad things, are for your benefit. So that is the way that I look at stress. So even when something bad is coming, you have to say to yourself, what good thing will come out of it? And good things will come out of it as long as you think that way. So train yourself to think that way, and the stress that comes your way will be much easier to deal with. So here are some things that you can incorporate into your lifestyle to reduce stress. So the first thing is a positive attitude. So that is something that can be can you can train yourself to do that. You might be able to do it on your own. If you can't, then you can seek professional help to work on techniques to have a positive attitude. But a positive attitude has been shown to give more long lasting health effects than a negative attitude. So, for instance, people with a positive attitude are going to have fewer health problems and they're going to live longer. People with a negative attitude are going to have more problems and they're not going to live as long. So, do whatever you can to have a positive attitude. Obviously, realize that you're going to have ups and downs during your day, during your week, during your month, during your life. There are going to be ups and downs, and realize that the downs do not stay down forever. There's going to be a swing. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. Just like the U2 song Stuck in a Moment, don't worry, this moment will pass. So even if you're in a down moment, realize that it will pass. You have to ride it out like a wave. Another thing that you can do to quickly change your stress level is to take a few deep breaths. Now, there's a physiologic component to that, which means that when you take your deep breath, if you raise your chest on the inhale, such as this, and you hold it for a few seconds, by doing that, you're actually physiologically reducing your stress level, because when you take the deep breath and your chest rises, the diaphragm in your midsection is going to push on the vagal nerve, which is the nerve that counteracts the fight or flight sympathetic nervous system. The vagal nerve rules the parasympathetic nervous system, so that counteracts the stress from the sympathetic nervous system. So basically, you do a couple of deep breaths. You take your deep breath, you hold it for a few seconds, and then you breathe out. Do that a few times, and you will automatically and physiologically reduce your stress levels. So that's a great thing to do in a pinch. Another thing to do is meditation. That is going to reduce stress also. People that incorporate meditation into their lives have reduced stress levels. I personally do something called Super Brain Yoga, which was taught to me by a patient of mine who's a yoga instructor. And that is a combination of yoga and acupressure. And I do that daily, and it only takes about 30 seconds. And that is something that has helped to keep my stress levels down. It has also improved my reflexes, and it has also improved my recall and memory. So that is something that you can go online and look on superbrainyoga.com to get more information. Basically, how that works is you take your thumb and forefinger and put it on your earlobe on one side, and the other side goes to the thumb and forefinger to the other side, and all the breathing is done through the nose. You close your mouth and you inhale on the way down and you exhale on the way up. Basically, you do it in a standing position. You inhale down, exhale up, and do that about 20 times, and you will get a quick de-stressing technique that has other major benefits as well. Another thing that is very good for stress management is having good relationships. So you want to have a good relationship with your significant other. You want to have a good relationship with your family, with your parents, with your children, with your aunts and uncles, with your friends. So, good relationships are one of the keys to happiness as you get older. So, nurture your relationships. Make sure you're in a good place with your relationships, with your family and friends. And that has been studied and shown to have a great correlation to aging gracefully and aging with happiness when you have those relationships. Because as humans, we are social animals. So the interaction with humans is very important. You want to have good relationships based on honesty and trust and humor. You do not if there are toxic people in your life, then you want to uh, take a step away from those toxic people. If possible, you need to eliminate them. If the relationship is that bad, you need to eliminate them because that's going to have a bad effect on your health. Another thing that is important is to stay in the moment. So basically, what that means is don't worry too much about the future. Don't ruminate too much on the past, but put your full concentration on the present because life is lived in the present tense. And so by putting your all into whatever you're doing, whatever activity you're doing at that very moment, put all of your energy into it. And with that, I came up with a phrase, a variation of hey now, which is hey, get in the now. So you want to get in the now, get in the present, and you are concentrating on every moment that you're doing at that moment, and you're giving it your full attention. That way, you're going to get the most out of your life, and you're going to keep your stress as a reduced level based on not thinking about things that might happen, those things that you were worrying about that might happen, inevitably, the majority of those things don't even happen. So it's not even worth worrying about it. The things in your past that you're ruminating about, don't ruminate so much and just get in the moment and try to deal with how you would deal with that problem now in the present so that you don't repeat a mistake that you might have made in the past. Another stress management technique is adopting or having a dog or a cat, which I'm a big believer in dogs and cats as adding to your life immeasurably. They are a big responsibility, but the benefits from them, the unconditional love that they give you, are tremendous. They depend on you to feed them, to care for them, and with that, they give you unconditional love. So, as you know, if you're a pet owner, that when you get back from your day. Unless the pet is sick, they are going to greet you the same way every day, and they're going to be super happy to see you. They're going to kiss you. They're going to want to interact with you. And that's a great greeting to get every time you come home from being out. So I'm a big believer in adoption because there are plenty of animals that are looking for homes. There are too many that out there that can actually find homes. So try to go to a local humane society and adopt a pet, and you will be the benefits to you will be tenfold. So that is something that I'm a big believer in. So another technique to do is actually an exercise technique. That's my signature technique, which is high intensity interval training. So that is an energizing exercise that takes about 10, 12 minutes, but it does give an endorphin release. So it gives a calming effect after you're done. So the runner's high, the runner's buzz that people talk about, you can get that with high intensity interval training also. So it's nice to have that the energizing part, but then it gets followed up by a calming part. And that's a good thing to have going throughout your day. And that's the reason why I like to recommend doing the high intensity interval training early in the day so you can make use of that stress relief that it gives as uh, at the end of your exercise where you get the endorphins released and then you get a sense of calm being released into your body. Another thing that's important that I think all people should be doing is to be taking CBD or hemp seed oil because your body has an endocannabinoid system. Your body has receptors for CBD and hemp seed. Uh, those receptors are already built into your body. And the reason that they're there is because they promote homeostasis. Homeostasis is for your body to function within the normal range. So in a blood test, you have a range, not too low, not too high. In the middle is the range. That range is homeostasis. That means when items in your blood are in that range, your body is going to function optimally. So the same thing where you're introducing some CBD oil or some hemp seed oil into your body, you're going to be promoting homeostasis. So those are a couple of things that I like to uh, talk about in regards to stress management. Um, Another thing that I'd like to add recently, there, which I'm very excited about, is in regards to the amount of anxiety and depression that we see now in society and the large number of people that are taking prescription drugs for that. There is a new and growing field of treatments for that in regards to certain probiotics that target mental health. So if I have, if somebody has a lot of anxiety, that would behoove them to look for a probiotic that targets mental health because the healthy bacteria in the probiotic are going to help you not just with that, they're going to help with your digestion, they're going to help with your immune system, they're going to help reduce inflammation in your body. And then if you have an added effect where certain bacteria are going to give you a better effect on your mental health, well, then you're going to have something that's safe to use for mental health. So that is, again, a reason to use vitamins and supplements. It has to do with the safety profile. So you want to use things that are not going to cause side effects, that are not going to have drug interactions, that are not going to have interactions with other things that you eat. So to me, the way to go is holistic because then you're going to have the safety profile. So tie that all up together and you have a nice strategy of how to deal with stress in a safe and holistic manner. Well, it looks like we are out of here. I hope you enjoyed the show and learned something new today. I want to thank all my Striders for your support and attention. I hope that you guys can incorporate today's topic into your lifestyle gradually over the next 30 days to make it a habit or a mindset, one small step at a time. You can email me if you have any particular topics you would like to talk if you would like me to talk about on future shows. You can email me at docrick@startwithyourfeet.com. Until next time, start thinking outside the box and keep on watching and listening to Holistic Strides so you can keep on walking and running strong. See you next time.